I set up a poll asking whether people preferred voice or text only on videos like these. Voice was the answer, so here we are. I've also got text down at the bottom for those who regret that choice. You can mute the video. Sorry? But getting back to the video at hand, this stitch took about 10 hours to print. The model is pretty old. I did it maybe 3 years ago, I can't quite remember. But reviving it for a 3D print project this year seemed like a good choice. As you can see in the video, I'm just removing supports, cleaning up anything left over with clippers and also a craft knife. I made little pegs for all the joints to make it easy to assemble later. One of the main reasons I printed the head and the jaw separately was for painting. I couldn't see how I was going to get my paintbrush in his mouth if it was just printed all as one block. Setting up supports for my model is still something I'm getting used to. This kind of worked, but as you can see it left behind a lot of, I guess, scarring that had to be cleaned up with the craft knife. And here are all the pieces free of their supports. Before spraying it, I decided to just sand some of these pieces down. The underside of the jaw also had the same problem the head had, where there were just like scars left behind from the supports. It wasn't too difficult to sand those areas down though. It took about 3 coats of filler primer to get it smooth. Sanding in between, of course, don't like layer up the paint without sanding. And why is it yellow? I don't know. I like yellow. I think a lot of primer comes in grey, so I mean anything works. Big flat surfaces like the cape were super easy to sand, but fiddlier things like the hands and some areas around the teeth were just a huge pain. But it's always worth it in the end. Besides, there's something super satisfying about sanding something down till it's silky smooth. So there are some bits I didn't assemble until it was painted, but things like the arms and also the ears on the head, I glued those together now because I didn't want it to be noticeable that they were printed as separate parts. So I used Milliput, which I've used in my other videos as well, to just, close that gap so it's sandable. I also did another coat of filler primer as well, just to, really go overkill on the sanding. Wetting your fingers makes it a lot easier to work with. You don't need gloves for this specific brand, but always check. It's painting time, so everything got a quick layer of white spray paint, because as much as I love yellow, it's hell to paint on. Like I mentioned before, it's so much easier to paint the jaw when it's not attached to the head. I did get some questions about how I make my paint so smooth, I guess. I mean, I use water-based acrylics, the kind you can get at just like any craft store, but I water them down. It means you have to do a few more coats than usual, but that's definitely the key to getting a smooth paint job. I'm gonna be honest, this video is totally unscripted and I'm running out of things to say, so I'm just gonna let you, sit back and enjoy what's on the screen without me talking in your ear. So enjoy! final step is sticking all the pieces together with superglue. And here he is with all the pieces stuck together. Stitch is all done. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this voice edition. Let me know. You can get the files for this print down in the description, where you can also find my other social media links. I usually give sneak peeks into the next projects I have lined up, so if you want to see that, check them out.